But I'm multitasking. I'm making food.
It's the fact that everybody was
family's okay,
everybody was asking me why I did the documentary, and I'm like, I started this because I was watching I Speak and I was watching Consciously, and it was all this activism stuff.
Right.
And then I wanted to get into that, and then I started watching, getting into following I Speak and Consciously and T. Nathan and, Genty, and I was like, everybody is so intertwined in all of this, and I don't think people realize the impact that you guys are having on your families, from all the doxing, all the swatting, all the, contacting other people's family members, contacting jobs, contacting Navy commands. I'm like, trying to destroy lives. I'm like, you guys really don't. I'm like, we already are at a disadvantage as is.
Right.
And then now we are weaponizing techniques that's been used on us, but we're using it on everybody else, using on our own people. So it just didn't make any sense. And I kind of want to segue in and just ask you, like, what has your experience been like in this so far?
Well, when I decided to remain silent and stay in my lane, right, because I'm not the one being accused of assault either way, I decided, you know what, I'm just going to stay out of this. And I kind of blocked everybody and just stayed in my lane. But I continued to be attacked by police and be called a predator, and that we're sexual offenders. And, I have kids, grandkids on this app. I'm a therapist. Like, that slander is not cool on anybody.
Yeah, it's understandable.
So, eventually, when I kept seeing more and more lies and more people get involved in all these deep dives that they're doing by another creator, Tanya, I couldn't stay silent anymore. I had to speak out because it's too important for me to stand for what's right, for me to stand here and listen to a lie. You can tell whatever story you need to tell and do what you do, but I'm not going to sit here and let you lie when I was there.
You talking about the phone call when she was like, I Speak is apologizing for what he did?
Absolutely.
Kind of go into depth.
So, prior to, and I just want to say this, prior to contacting I Speak, she was, going into the stories of Mo and I Speak, but she never indicated I Speak did anything to her. But she did say that, he was real playful, and then she would go into stories about how that's how the military, guys are. They joke around a lot, they play around, they're hyper. And she had made a statement to me that what I want to talk to I Speak total, I think, on this phone call. So she wasn't the only person on this phone call. She initially, you could tell that I Speak was, there to listen, but he had no idea what the phone call was for. No one prepared him for what the phone call was for. And she began by thanking him, for talking with her, because they had never, talked on the phone before. And she proceeded to tell him about an incident that happened in September with Clout Talk. And,
I'm sorry, I'm back.
Told him that Closet Talk.
Like, right, really who?
Rape her. And he was very apologetic. That was the first time he said, the words, I'm sorry. And the sorry wasn't, apologizing to her for something he did. It was just, more of, I'm really sorry that happened to you. I get it. I understand. I've been there. He was very apologetic, to her in that respect. Not because he didn't, because he wasn't in Vegas. But you could tell in his voice, he still couldn't understand why he was there on the phone call. Okay, what's this got to do with me type thing? And she proceeded to tell him that, I'm getting ready to go public about this situation with Closet Talk, but I can't tell the story without including you in the story. And he said, including me. He didn't understand. And so she talked about and reminding him, when you walked us out to the car, and you gave Mo a hug goodbye, and you were coming around to tell me goodbye, Closet Talk.
Maybe it's me.
He made it clear that he had to talk to his that he better meet with her.
How do you demand something?
I guess this is how, right? She didn't say it at the time, but you know, the next, you know, and he did tell her, you know, you can utilize my platform, you know, to carry your message about what, you know, what happened to you with Closet Talk. You know, I'm here for you, to support you. But they were, the live that was supposed to happen was about the banter in the military. But I had told her prior to this phone call that wasn't going to happen. So, you know, I guess she was going to push the limit. So there's that. And everything was fine until apparently, unbeknownst to me, her and Closet Talk were still talking. Now, this woman supposedly attempted to rape you, but you were having side conversations.
At all. They can't keep the lies straight at all.
Which you can find all over TikTok. There was a recording of police saying, yeah, well, she wasn't confronting Mo at all. She was talking about I Speak, apparently, and said, yeah, Cuban told me that he sexually assaulted her that night. And Mo proceeded to say, you know, why didn't you tell me this was all going on? We would have, you know, we would have beat his ass together, you know? So that tells me that it wasn't a confrontational phone call. It was about I Speak. Now, I wasn't there, so I didn't get the rest of the conversation, but it was when that recording came out, and, you know, it could have been done in a different way. But, you know, it made everyone question, oh shit, was Cuban Delight, you know, sexually assaulted too by this man?
It made everybody question?
The platform was going crazy.
Made everybody question why you said what the fuck you said?
Right. This is now number 2. So I came out with, you know, letting it be known that I Speak not sexually assault. And it was at that point.
Horrible liars.
You know, he did a video.
I mean, it's a good thing they're horrible liars.
On Polisa.
Also
calling him a predator from that moment. So he did a video about that, calling her a liar, and that he would not support her in anything. And that's what she's mad about. She talks about it all the time. If he would have just shut up, or he would have just did what he said he was going to do.
Where the fuck is the AAVE?
But, you know, he didn't do what I wanted, so here we are. You know, now he's a problem. So, this is a clout grab, in my opinion. A grift, in my opinion, you know. And from that moment, it was guns blazing for I Speak. You know, there's even other videos where she's, you know, talked about, millions of videos saying that he didn't do anything.
How all that timeline's working, and then it's like, this has been going on for about a year now.
Yeah,
so
a little over a year. Why
haven't there been any reports made? That's one of my biggest things.
Well, she says it's because she's an activist, so she doesn't go to the police. And the reason why she's doing this is to prove that the system is screwed up. And because she feels, because the system is screwed up, that we're going to take it to TikTok to be the judge and jury. And the truth is, and then what?
See, that doesn't make sense.
And then what? Well, we're supposed to go out and beat them up? Like, I mean, what you want
vigilante work.
Right.
I don't think what they understand is when you do that or you incite this violence, if you threaten me, I got the video, I'm going to take it to my sheriff's department, I'm going to file a report, and every video that you make after that, I'm going to keep filing reports, so it's just only going to protect me if you come to my state and then you try to attack me.
If you have to keep filing reports, that should not protect you.
Inciting that type of violence is going to do for one themselves if they come to someone's state, or having their followers come do this, and then one of the followers end up unalive because of it. It's going to be
right, Gucci.
Right, or if one of us get harmed, it's going to be because of that. She has threatened to go to Hawaii several times. That's why she now has a restraining order.
Well, she can't even touch. She got that disbarment. So this is what I can prove. Because, like I say, I'll tell everybody's story. I don't mind telling somebody else's story, but I need.
I think he realizes this. I don't think he cares anymore.
For the past couple months, they've been saying
he's just posting what he has.
Not going to re-enlist. So these are things that I can.
He's already recorded.
They said I Speak wasn't going to re-enlist.
He's adding some things to the end, that dude. But
they said he was going to be in jail. He's not in jail.
They still swear he was.
And then now you have the congressional investigation, which I understand the difference between the investigation and inquiry. If this was an investigation, he was being investigated by Congress, he would be in jail. He would not be a free man.
Look, you know, the lack of understanding on how the system works is amazing to me, because she's former military.
Exactly.
So she should know, she's threatened me with NCIS. NCIS is going to have my phone. They're going to do this to me and that to me. And I'm like, one, I'm not even the one that was accused. So what would I be going to jail for? And they said it's for aiding and abetting a...
No, it's for them Social Security cards, human. For those Social Security cards. For you taking people's identities and shit.
Also, is NCIS.
So,
I'm confused about her turning down the NCIS interviews. That, to me, when they say, hey, we'll come to you.
There's so many other things, but you won't.
And then you turn down the interviews because you can't video or record the interview. You cannot do that in any situation.
Any investigation.
Any investigation, they're not going to let you record. So I'm baffled on that part. Like, if you really wanted the justice that you needed, you should have.
She doesn't want it, though. She doesn't. This is all about clout. She does not want justice. She's made it really clear. She speaks out of both sides of her mouth. I don't care what anyone thinks. They don't have to believe me, but if you don't, we're going to terrorize you. Right? I'm anti law enforcement. However, I want vigilante justice. You know what I mean? So, like, the only other explanation is clout. What else is there? Like, if he would have went live with her,
we probably wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't be here. If he would have went live with her, let her tell her story about closet talk.
A lot of videos that have stated that it's been because he didn't put her on his platform. But like I say, I hope she gets the support, the legal support. All the social media stuff, my opinion, I think she should just jump off the line and handle things the legal way and not let people know what you're doing no more. Like, just let it go. Like, get off social media, handle your stuff legally, keep it close to your vest, and get the justice that you're actually looking for.
She's not going to do that. That'll give her clicks and views.
Yep,
right, or donations.
Well, not all the time, but in her instance, yeah.
Cell phone bills. They paid this, they paid that. One person offered to pay for her to go to Hawaii. She's threatened to come to California to see me. I want to put flip that on to everybody else because everybody is not a predator.
Yeah, and like I say, she gets grace, some grace from me because I know there's things that happen to her and her family, but one thing I will
nothing. You know absolutely nothing
about that. I will not disrespect them. I won't disrespect her. I'm not going to disrespect Blaze. Like I say, I have nothing against him, but all the things that they're doing it in her name. And if she actually had a case for this, they ruined those chances for her because of everything that they're doing outside of actually trying to do it the legal way. Taking it to social media is just going to add fuel to a fire that's already burning.
Yeah, but it's never going to happen. I mean, and the unfortunate part of all of this is when this dies down, however long that takes, whatever repercussions happen, once this happens, it'll be someone else. And it'll be something else. She's attacked the Jewish community, Holocaust survivors. She has attacked my nephew who was burned alive. She's attacked people. She's attacked people's sexuality, like Jonty. She will do anything for shock value and clicks and views.
You in Hawaii with him. I was like, you're holding it together, but I can tell. Like, we all know he holds his grandmother near and dear to his heart.
Yeah.
And so when they
she just needs to stop speaking, period.
His grandmother, she's passed away. I can tell that really broke him.
So I was just going to say that,
really
the other implications of this drama that they're doing is other SA survivors.
Yeah.
You're making it to where this making it worse and, making it to where people are not going to believe them. They're real victims. Not only that, so many people have been wrongfully convicted, and that's not okay either.
Right.
But even more importantly is her inability to understand that she is not qualified to be an advocate for any victim of sexual assault. You can advocate for their justice,
right,
but to advocate for them personally, TikTok or any social media platform is not the platform
at all
for people to process, right? They don't understand that there's reactions, abreactions, and side effects of constantly re-traumatizing yourself over and over and over again. And it's unhealthy and it's not safe. There's been many people who have came out on her platform thinking it's a safe place and to tell their story for the very first time. They've not done therapy, they haven't done anything, this is their first time. And that is traumatizing to themselves.
Oh, God, I can't.
But when it's convenient for her, she's also told some sexual assault survivors, F their essay, and didn't care. So, it's very traumatizing in many, many areas. Not just, with the I Speak situation, and trying to wrongfully. It's helping.
Tell me about, okay, so I saw the video of the lawyer when the lawyer was specifically stating, hey, like what you're saying to me right now is not essay, it's not sexual assault. And that again
this shit
brings me
is
back
fine.
to
Every brain cell I got. How much time we got?
Just her saying that I Speak didn't do anything to me.
Well, it goes back to, what she does is every time a door closes in her face, she comes with, well, I didn't really want help. I didn't want them to believe me. I wanted to prove to all of you, that's why everything is in 4K live. I want to prove to everyone else that the system doesn't work. Now, if that person would have agreed with her, we'd be on a whole other path, right? But no one's believing her because her story is outrageous. But, even in that conversation, she makes a statement that I think a lot of people miss. And that was, she was screaming at the lady and she said, so you're telling me I have to be SA'd in order for you to call it SA?
But that's the actual definition. Like,
what else can they call it?
Liable
right.
for what I did.
Right. So in essence, she wanted them to call it SA, even though SA didn't happen. So she's not making any sense at all.
This whole thing has just been crazy. I think what really sent me over was I was watching people. There were videos that were
like
being
nails
posted
on a
about.
chalkboard. That shit is.
I guess it was some of her supporters that were.
Let me hit the J. 420ers. Where my 420ers at? Put it in the air.
See, that
Put it in the air, y'all.
That's an addiction. We need to get you off social media.
Like, I just don't understand if I was married to somebody, or let's just say your woman, your wife was SA, like, and you don't say anything?
Then it wouldn't.
Yeah, there we go. We coming through. Yes, let's put it in the air because we need to re-up.
We don't need all these people into our business because we know when you exploit these type of situations, then you're going to get backlash.
Absolutely.
Now you're going to deal with all the hate. Well, because our society is not. It was believe all women, but now we got the red pill movement. Anti-feminism. So now it's like
now you want to put the red pill in there. Fuck that. We want the truth.
As soon as we say she was sexually assaulted, men are like, no.
Right.
It's not happening. We don't believe you.
But that's due to a lot of false allegations, right?
Yeah.
And false convictions or wrong convictions. Those who are wrongly convicted, especially of sex crimes. But it's just insane to me that her husband never once has spoke out publicly. Has never once been sitting in the same room with her and don't ever say anything.
Look at this trash.
And she,
look at this shit.
What did you say? Hypes up her followers to cause harm to myself, to him. But she doesn't ever threaten closet time, which is the one she said tried to rape her. So,
like you said, there's things that don't make sense, and I'm trying to process where everybody would be in these conversations. It's been difficult because I have friends and I have family members that have been raped. So
I have friends, I have family members.
The things that you're doing are confusing me.
Well, I am a survivor of all the above, and I'm confused. There's just, I'm confused. I'm confused by her husband, her followers.
I'm confused why you get on live every day and be sniffling like you do. Shit, we all got.
I Speak. Yeah. And that's a new story. Then a new story in the last week has been that he, after she left, he was running around with his penis out. Like, I'm just like, where does this come from? Like you weren't there. And they keep saying that they have a smoking gun. They keep saying that they have receipts. They're going to spin the block on us, and they're going to give all these receipts, and we haven't seen any.
Hold on, I got another picture. Where's my phone?
I want them too.
If something comes out and says, and if there's a smoking gun that says that he actually did, I'm on his ass. Like there's nothing that you can do. Like
sure you are.
I'm telling you.
I would be on his ass.
Yeah, you're not getting out of that.
Leave it up to y'all.
Yeah, I know your experience has been terrible on social media in this whole situation.
Leave it the fuck up to y'all.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming.
I appreciate you.
And I'm happy that you got to come to tell me your story in person instead of, doing it online or something like this. This is better because we can tell who's shooting the shit. We can tell who's lying.
Absolutely.
We can get all the information, but I'm not going to keep you long, but I do appreciate you and I hope everything gets better for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Y'all.
Right, and then I came back, but everything's just been crazy, bro. It's so much drama and it's so much. I mean, it's escalating to the point where it went from social media to actual violence in real life now. Really? Yeah, like they had there was a guy on there by the name of Blaze. Someone went through a brick through his window.
Okay, I'm gonna show y'all something.
Wow, it's getting that crazy,
bro. Law of progression, bro.
But I mean, like, what have you dug up, found out?
Okay, I'm not about to make y'all sit through this part because I'm about to get off in a few, but I'm gonna show y'all something.
I found a lot of stuff out, but it's all been just pretty much.
Hold on.
Like it's saying that he did it. Well, he's saying he didn't do it. She's saying he did do it, and the only people that were there are not agreeing on anybody's story. Well, not agreeing on her story of what happened.
Okay.
But everybody, people that lawyered up. There's two people that I wanted to talk to. They lawyered up. So I had to submit, I'm trying to submit questions to their legal counsel for them to approve questions to even talk to them. They lawyered up, though.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow. But I mean, so with them being lawyered up, exactly what does that mean?
They can't, anything that they do say.
Well, he's got it chopped and screwed himself. And I'll show y'all.
If it goes to court, I doubt it does, but if it does go to court, anything that anybody says to me
but I'm not doing that shit tonight.
Anthony's command.
I just wanted to go over a couple things. That's a good question. Well, we know Daewoo is one of the